I've collected your homeschool questions over on Instagram stories, and I'm excited to sit down and do a Q&A video. Okay, I love asking you questions on Instagram. I feel like I get the best questions, and I really enjoy just connecting with you and seeing where you're at in your own homeschool. So I'm excited to just sit down and do a Q&A with you today and get through as many as we can. Okay, let's get started. Can you share more about how you incorporate Lily and Thistle in your homeschool with multiple kids and ages? We have been using Lily and Thistle Watercolor School and Nature's Art Club for the past 2 years, and we started off by doing it together, everything together. We're on the same lesson, we all do it at the exact same time for probably the first few months, and it has since then morphed into more of a individual thing that we'll do on our own time. And I don't schedule it on the exact same day for each kid, and because they like to select their own project each time, which is a big reason why they want to do it independently, is because they have different tastes and feels for that day. I purposely schedule it on different days so that they aren't having to fight over a screen or over the program. So it's kind of spread out just so that there's no squabbles. It was fun while we were doing it all together, but this way I feel has been working for us because they just really enjoy the program. They don't need my help at all. They set it up themselves, their supplies, and they can clean up by themselves, but they do love picking their own project, and I think that gives them ownership and a feeling of independence in their own creativity. We are homeschooling under a charter. Any tips on how to spend the funds wisely? So we do homeschool with a charter school, like most of you know. I can leave a blog post in the description of our experience with that because I'm really picky about our curriculum and there are some approved choices that are limited. I like to not use our funding at all for curriculum and just use it solely for services. Our funding is spent for after-school activities, hobbies, enrichment classes that they might want to learn, like cooking classes or dance classes or art classes, things that are outside of our core curriculum. And that has been working really well for us. In the past, I've also used charter school funding for school supplies, such as the regular stuff, pencils, markers, watercolor paints, paper. You can use it for printer paper, printer ink, which has been great. So just your basic general school supplies. However, I found that the longer we homeschool, the less supplies that I need to pick up every year. And so I haven't really been using it much on supplies, but more for services. That works out great for us because if you do homeschool with a charter school, you know that there's a big difference between like consumable items and non-consumable. Consumable items or things that you use it for, you don't need to return back to the school, where non-consumable, such as literature or read aloud books, you can reuse, like from a library, then we would have to return back to the school. And so it's just easier for me to keep, not good about keeping track of, set this aside, we need to return this. It's just a lot easier for me to use the funding for services because I don't have to keep track of having to return that back to the school. What your daily homeschool schedule looks like, that will be its own video. Science for 4th grade, we currently use Apologia's Exploring Creation with chemistry and physics, and that has been going really well. Other science that we've enjoyed for 4th grade, we've used Beautiful Feet books, History of Science, although we did not do the experiments in that one. So as much as I like the read aloud books, I just couldn't get myself together to do any of the experiments. And I think that's a big thing for me, is having something more convenient. And so there's a company called Nature's Workshop Plus that carries lab kits for very popular science courses. They have a lot of Apologia's courses. All the labs that are in Apologia's course, they create lab kits, and it's like packaged for lesson 1, all the little supplies that you would need in there. And that is what I need. If you want labs to happen, I need those science kits. What do you do when your kids are not motivated to do work? This is a hard one. That is so hard, and I've been there, and we are there on many a days. I try my best to structure our days with amazing resources and curriculum, high quality things that are full of interest and engagement. So when they are not motivated to do something, often I talk about how sometimes we need to do what we need to do. Each school day, we're doing school. I'm not okay with giving up or with let's close the books and do something else because you don't feel like it. Sometimes there's reasons, and so we will try to uncover what those reasons are. Maybe you're hungry, maybe you need to go outside, maybe you need a break, but we will need to finish this today. So when they're not motivated, it's usually running down the list of things that could be an obstacle. However, if it continues on for weeks over the same subject or topic, there's deeper conversations that need to happen. Maybe the material is too dry, maybe it's too long, maybe they really don't understand it and we've gone too far and they've missed the foundational things. For one of my kids, it could be laziness, and that is something that we have been discussing and we're working through. With one of my kids, I remember there was a time where they were unmotivated to do more. They wanted to scale back and do less. And we did have a deeper conversation about, let's look back at how far you've come. Let's take a look at the hard work that you've put in to get where you are now. And they can see, hopefully, she was able to see her incredible growth in that season of working hard. I think just looking back and seeing where she was, reminding her about that and seeing how far she has come was really encouraging. They need that reminder to keep on going. So stay on the path because you've come so far. You don't want to stop and just take a little right turn here. Do your kids play video games? Our kids really love video games, as most kids do, and we don't play them at home, but my kids do get to play them at friends' houses. And when we do visit a friend's house, like on the weekend, it's fair game. Like I don't have any restrictions on them playing video games at friends' houses. We do have some ways at home that they can earn rewards, and one of those they usually pick is like iPad time. So they like to play Code Spark, which is like a coding app that is somewhat gamified, and Brain Test, and there's a couple other apps they enjoy playing. They will earn those once in a while. It's only once a month that they're able to redeem it, and so it's not often, but we do allow it. I would love to see more planner details. There's another question, plan with me video. I'd love to see your setup, close up in the advanced planner, how you actually set up your planner. There are quite a few questions about my planner. I do have a planning playlist and also a plan with me video that was hard for me to make just because I'm not used to explaining myself while I'm planning. I usually have like a video playing or a podcast playing and it's like I'm just quiet. But I will link the plan with me video above for you. Finding Bible curriculum that's complex enough for your teens. Currently, I got a Bible study from the Daily Grace Co. for my teenager called Confidence in Christ. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And she's going through it right now just on her own, which she has been enjoying. Another one I really like is Simply Charlotte Mason offers different Bible studies made for the teen years, and my daughter has gone through 2 of them so far, one in Romans and one on the book of Proverbs. And I have another one waiting for her after she finishes the Daily Grace Co. one. That one is a lot shorter, and so Simply Charlotte Mason studies can last a full year. So I'm going to have her do Growth in the Word as her next Bible study. Another Bible study we've been using for our whole family as our cooperative Bible study is through Not Consumed. Not Consumed has topical Bible studies that I like because they have it leveled. It'll be for a very young age, elementary, middle school, high school, and they also have a parent study guide as well. And so you're all studying the same topic, same verses. The reading and the questions are deeper depending on your level. So my teenager has Keep Thy Heart, which is the one that we're all doing currently. So there are a lot more questions that I would love to get to. Some of them will be their own video. If you want to add to the question list that I have, this running list going, you can add a comment below, and I will also link the last Q&A video I did all about planning. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.